Welcome to the live stream. How's everybody doing today? Lower this thing down a bit. And get to a normal height here. All right, that's better. That's better, much better. What are you all doing on this bright and sunny day? It's like 84 degrees here. Oh, Roby, how are you? You enjoying this weather? I think it's 84 here. Better than the 60 degrees yesterday. Been clearing a fence row. Well, that doesn't sound like fun. Hello, Robert. How are you? I've been piddling this garage trying to clean up the mess. I have a lot more bare concrete, but still a lot of disorganization. I got my TV hung up. Now you gotta get an antenna or get internet to it so I can have the YouTube on going in here. So I got all my mowers moved to another building, so you bet I am too. This is about a perfect day. There's a little bit of a breeze, nice and sunny. Gives me a little bit of momentum. Hello, Amber. How are you? Kind of chilling in the garage, taking a break. Seems like I take a lot of them, but. Carlo, how are you? Man, you're up early. That out there is the car that I'm going to be working on for Power Tour. I've got to get it in here and start on piecing a video together. So I have to you guys get a sneak peek. So did you get the French road cleared, or are you on a break right now? I don't know about you, but we always get the stinking cedar trees in the fence row. Been up since 1 a.m. Bad night, huh? I woke up about 4 a.m. today. Wasn't able to go back to sleep. Kind of sucks when you can't sleep as long as you want to. But I wasn't the only one up. Ryan from VR Prodigy, he was up too about the same time. He started texting me. So I don't blame you. Got into some seed ticks. Oh, I hate them damn things. Plus, they're hard to see. One thing I don't like about summer is the ticks. So on a break. 5 hours, yeah. I bet you're tired. Last time I cleaned out a fence row, I did it with the excavator. It was a whole lot easier, but you got to be careful not to hook onto a wire. Because if you hook onto a wire with an excavator, the whole fence row comes with it. So how do I know that? No, don't ask. As soon as I get that Pontiac done, I'm going to work on the excavator. I've got to put tracks on it. So the old-fashioned way, machete and axe, I guess. You'd be happy. Oh, I could make that happen. One big old swoop, I could take out a lot of that fence. Then you'd have to put it back up. Or you're taking it out. Okay. Tinkering with the RC cars. Post a new engine. Got it on my post page. Okay, I'll check that out, Carlo. I didn't post any short today. I've posted a short for probably the last 4 or 5 days. And I'm getting close to the 1,000 mark. I haven't checked today, but I think I need 61 more subscribers to get 1,000. So if you guys can send people my way, I appreciate it. So pickaxe, garden shears, garden hoe, machete. Only thing modern's a weed eater, yeah. Hey JB, how are you doing, buddy? Still working? Or you get off already? Well, hello Ryan. I just talking about you, buddy. I forgot to text you. My bad. I couldn't wait. I went ahead and hung up some of the stuff already. I got leftover stuff from the bike rally that me and a buddy started. Leftover signage. So that's been a few years ago though. Hey Lars, how are you? Hello Turbo. Yeah, I was getting ready to put stickers up. I don't have them all rounded up. I was getting ready to cut the whiteboard. I'm going to take my dry erase board off and put a whiteboard there and put all the stickers I collected. So, Jacob, okay, I'm sorry, I forgot. I can't remember everybody's names for some reason. My memory's not any good. So, welcome, Jacob. Sorry about that. I think everybody's pretty much enjoying the weather. I don't know if you guys are having the good weather, but we are in Missouri. What's the weather like in North Carolina, Ryan? Is it still a little cool? So JB, have you got the blazer all buttoned up now? Oh, you're from Tennessee. Okay. Well, JB and Lars is from Tennessee also. I believe that's correct, is it not, guys? I have one of them aches, but it's not in my head. I went to the chiropractor, popped and cracked me. The medicine helped that I was on, but it's wearing off, so. Putting exhaust on it next Friday. The paramedics came by your house. They stop at your house, Carlo? Hey, David. Thanks for stopping in. And there's Bit. How are you, man? I won't say that nasty 4-letter word. let you have a, I showed these other guys that was in here earlier. I'll let you guys have a little peek. That's what's coming up. Got to get a little more space cleaned out. Get her in here. So hopefully that's going to go to Poverty Tour. And I'd like to bring it to the No Name Nationals this year. If I survive Poverty Tour with it. So needs a little bit of work. It's got that overdrive floorboard, if you guys know what that is. You know, if the engine don't go fast enough, put your feet down and pedal. Doesn't have the pedals, but it's got Fred Flintstone floorboard, so. I don't know if I got enough license plates to cover it. I really would rather put an actual pan in it, so. We're getting by, Vic. I'm about to go see if I can get water in the fridge. Well, I had water, but when I moved the fridge, I forgot to plug it back in, so. How many of you guys remember these? I actually found that. 6 cassettes for it. A controller with a rumble pack. Kind of hit the jackpot. I haven't played them things in years. Hey, Duke. How are you? Yeah, I know it's a gem. It looked pretty rough when I found it. It was in a box of crap that I hadn't seen for God knows how long. Well, there's the... I sit here and play with this thing, then it won't work. Whole table full of crap. This old desk here behind me. I'm sure if I looked hard enough, I could probably find some World War II stickers on it somewhere. It is a tank. But I had this desk over in the far corner and had to throw a lot of stuff away because the mice have been in it. So took it out, power washed it, scrubbed her down with power washed it with bleach and Dawn soap, and then I went back with Super Clean. That stuff is that'll cut through about anything. So what are you up to today, Duke? This thing's not scrolling on me. No one went. Are you good at GoldenEye? I think I years ago. I think I beat the game. I went to the end, so I guess I beat it. So gotta hydrate, Carlo. Gotta hydrate. I took some muscle relaxant. My back's out of place, so I took some muscle relaxant, and between that and if I take a pain med for it, then they just really dry me out really bad. So. Pokemon Stadium, huh? Yeah, I'm sure what I did. I even found an Xbox controller. Now if I can just find the machine. Yeah, this one here. It's got a rumble pack on it. Guess I should. Did I take out the batteries already? Yes. Thank God. Anybody know what this thing's for? Is that like a cheat thing? It says Game Shark for Nintendo 64 game system. I got a Tetris, a Cruising USA. I remember playing that on an arcade game. Bust a Move. I have no idea what that is. I don't even know how I got it. I know I didn't buy it. So, All-Star Baseball 1999. Tell me that ain't old. Star Fox 64. And the infamous South Park. I was kind of excited when I found them. Now I can just get it to figure out why the TV's not recognizing it. I mean, that's digital TV, and I don't know if it'll even work. I've got an old analog that it was hooked up to, but I kind of wanted to use the big screen. So. I forget it going. I may end up. Yeah, I'm not going to do no sleep live, but I may do some game live on one of my other channels. Well, hang in there, dude. Got a TV to run that old ass game? Well, I have an old analog up there on the top of the refrigerator. I know it did work on that, but like I say, the thing's been sitting for a long time. I don't know if it's a TV they won't recognize it or what, or something's broke. I don't know. Which game was you a master of, Duke? Bunch of Perfect Dark. I've never heard of that one. Legend of Zelda guy, yeah. I remember the Legend of Zelda. I don't remember Wind Walker was like playing a cartoon. Huh. Okay, Carlo. Hey, monkey. You're new here. That's for cheating. Aha. Was it go past the secret passwords or codes? Tetris rules. I play Tetris on my phone every now and then. Yeah. There is no telling. Talk about a hoarder. Hang on. See all that crap up there? I can't tell you what the hell's even in all that. And this used to go, before we put the ductwork up here, that shelf used to go all the way to the corner and all the way down to where that ductwork ends. And I had it full of totes of crap. And then I got another one over there. But when they put this furnace in, I had to take that down. So, but yeah, I'm throwing a lot of crap away. South Park is money, huh? I honestly can't remember playing that Star Fox. I'm sure I did. Oh, I'm planning on keeping it. At least until I get dementia and can't play it no more. Then I'll let whoever's taking care of me sell them. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's because although I have hooked up the, that used to be the TV in the house that we used for many, many years. I'm not sure how old that is. I'm going to say it's 10, 12 years old. And it was before they put internet in them. And we ran it with a, what the hell they call the damn thing? The Amazon thing. And I got it plugged in, and TV's not recognizing that either, so I don't know. Okay. Huh. Well, if times get hard, I guess I can sell it like baseball cards, right? Yeah, I would imagine I'll get that old TV down when my back feels a little bit better, because that thing's a freaking heavy monster, old tube TV. I can't even remember when I bought that or where I got it from. Okay, dude, I won't kill him. He'll be trying to rip me off, won't he? I remember people used to say they had different codes. You know, if you get stuck at one level. Uh, what was that? What was that game? Um, had Mike Tyson, knockout, punch out. I can't remember what. And it had cheat codes for that. And I remember that was the thing going on at the time, and people would you'd almost have to beg them or buy a cheat code to get past some of the levels. So, all right, well, you enjoy that there, Kel 3. Hey Gator, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing okay. Fighting a little back issue, but I'll survive. It's happens multiple times a year, so. HDMI upgrade. Punch out. That's it. That is correct. Punch out. I used to play that damn thing for hours. Hours. That was a fun game, even though it was today's standards pretty lame, but a customer ripped you off for $100. Well, he wouldn't be a customer of mine again, I don't think. Burn me. Yeah, put their boat up on blocks, Gator. Well, it probably is on blocks already. That's what I do. I tell him, just you can come up with $120 now, 20 for aggravation, or I'll put a lien on your boat and you'll never be able to sell it till that lien's gone. Pay me now, pay me later. Yeah, you're too nice, man. Well, that's exactly. I would not work on it again. He'll be hurting one of these days, and he'll call you up, and he'll think you forgot about it. And if you're like me, I remember who does me wrong. And you usually only do me wrong once. I may let the first one go, but the second one I won't let go. Yeah. I know, yeah, the revenge thing is not right, but if you do it, you're stooping to their level. I understand that. But boy, it sure is tempting though at times. Trying to sharpen one of these square, I don't know what you call them, carpenter's pencil. I got a sharpener for it, but it's only sharpening one damn side. Well, I've got a few people I probably ought to think about forgiving. Well, hello, Chris. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Just doing my garage rearranging. I sit down and thought I'd do my weekly live stream. I kind of like doing them in the afternoon a little bit more than doing them in the evening myself, but I know it's probably not convenient for some of y'all, but I do appreciate y'all coming back in. Welcome back, Carlo. All good? All good now? I know I was going to ask a stupid question, and I can't honestly say. Somebody told me that in Australia, when you flush your toilet, it swirls the opposite way that it swirls in the United States. Is that a true statement? You dizzy. Man, I ain't heard from you ever. How are you doing? What are we going to do when it quits snowing up there? You ain't going to be able to be giving us any more snow videos. I think I missed something here. Yeah, I'm sure it is Gator. I've still got some issues with some of my family that probably going to be kind of hard getting over. But I'm gonna try. I've tried to make amends, but it's kind of a one-sided thing anymore. So. How's your temperature up there in, is it New Hampshire? Don't kill me if I get it wrong. Or is it Massachusetts? I can't remember. I know you're up in the Northeast area. So. Well, I don't blame you, Gator. I'd be mad too. You know, he's one of them type of guys that, if he ever did want you to do anything again, it'd be money up front. Back to the fire video scene. Well, we'd always, when you had that was a big event when you had you had the snow videos. I would wait because my wife gets tickled at your wife. And she is a hoot. And like the dude with the wrecker trying to get that car out and just jacked everybody up. We were laughing our heads off about that video. But you know what? It don't matter where you live. People forget from one year to the next how the hell to drive on snow. Driving on snow don't bother me. Never has. And I've got stuck several times in my life. Massachusetts. Okay. Massachusetts. Yeah, you guys, have you ever watched some of his Udizzy's videos? They're hilarious, especially the people just lose their mind where he lives, and they can't drive. There's some non-driving, you know whats. Well, that doesn't surprise me. And probably every year it's just some of the same people over and over. So. Yeah, I watched. You had the St. Patty's Day parade. I watched that one. I enjoy that because stuff like that. If chances are I may never ever get up there in that area, so how else to see it when you put it up? So we have to live vicariously through you, right? It goes with everybody. It's like, you guys are going down to Florida and stuff on that competition. I might try to go there next year. I know guys who've never done projects. We're talking about buying some extra tickets. And I may take and buy one from them and go down there. Or who knows, I may just drive down there anyway. I may actually have a car to enter one of these days. Won't hold my breath on that. Yes, I own pew-pews. Carl, remember, I carried one for 22 years on the job, so. And sometimes when I worked on the ambulance, I even carried a gun. Because I used to work in the metro east of St. Louis. And pretty rough place. We all do. Yeah, I got a hodgepodge of stuff. I was kind of stupid, to be honest about it, that I should have stuck with one or two different calibers. No, I had to get all different kinds. Some of them I regret now by seeing the price of ammo. I've got a SIG 226. That's a chambered to 357 SIG round. And them puppies are expensive. That's why I ended up buying a new barrel for it and changing it to 40 caliber. It looked like it was really cold in the parade, though. Tons of drunk. Well, isn't that what St. Patty's Day is about? Getting drunk? Drinking that green beer? Walter White, huh? Well, how are you, Jesus? Yep. And I'll be quite honest about it. You ain't taking my guns. That's a fact. And I know there's a lot of others feel the same as me. So, I'm doing pretty good today. Thanks for asking, and glad you're doing good too. Where do you hail from? Yep. Well, I think the local law enforcement probably knows me enough that they wouldn't come knocking on my door asking for it. The land of Mormons must be Utah, I'm guessing. Am I close? All right, Roby. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. You need a rest tonight. Sound like you've earned it cleaning that fence row. Well, hello, Colleen. How are you? Look at what I got up. I finally got it and put it up. Looks just like the rest of them, though. You just get off work? Or are you still at it? Now I got graphite all over my hands. Oh. One of these days, I will get this clean, but it's probably not going to happen until fall. Too many other things coming up. Car shows start next weekend around here. We have to hit some of them up. Yeah, I don't carry like I used to, but I'm not paranoid like I used to be either. So. Are you headed out, you dizzy? So, Chris, are you still home, or are you headed south yet? And I'm one of them, Carlo. I'm one of the crazies. You have to be a little crazy to live in this world nowadays. I haven't made it certifiable yet, but I may be getting there. Be like uh, Twisted Mopire Garage. Yeah, when he got a sponsorship for his bottle of water. I don't think we drink the same water though. Well, we all have a little crazy in us. I cannot deny that myself. So, yeah. Well, yeah, I have no desire to ever live in a big city. Too much hustle and bustle, and well, it's just like even when you go on vacation somewhere, even a smaller city like Nashville, Tennessee, it's hell to find a parking place, or in the tourist area. I mean, too many cars, not enough roads. Yep. Now, you dizzy? Them houses there next to you and on the block, and They're like three-story house. Is that a one single family dwelling or is that a multiple family dwelling? And it's what you get accustomed to. I can see the benefits of it, especially. I've got some friends that live up around Chicago. Well, actually in Chicago, and um, I think it's a pretty much Puerto Rican neighborhood. Very nice area, and the well they have block parties, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. They close off the street and have a a party. Around here, the Karens would come out of the freaking woodwork. I mean, they would lose their minds blocking the street, even though they could go one street over and go around. Some are four and six family. Okay, I thought they were awful daggum big for a single family dwelling. Carry everywhere, even at the house. Well, I don't have to at my house because they're scattered about. Plus, I live down my driveway's pretty long, and my early detection system would let me know before they ever made it to the garage. So, well, it's easier to carry now since I've lost a few pounds, but when I had that big Dunlap disease hanging over that, it really cuts into your side. Hell, around here, a lot of people open carry around here. So, matter of fact, I was in O'Reilly's, was it 2 days ago? Some old man come in like he was in an old western. He had the old six shooter and the old floppy like cowboy holster. I just kind of snickered to myself about it. I'm like, whatever, bothered me, but it was just the way he was carrying it. It was kind of funny. Most people try to conceal it, but some people don't. You've had drive-bys at your house. Wow, 2 years ago, a man died in your driveway. Holy crap, I don't want to live close to you. It looks like you live in a pretty nice neighborhood, don't it? Wow, that's crazy. Well, I got news for them. They may walk into my house. If I have anything to do with it, they won't walk out. Hardcore over here. Yep. Now you dizzy? Are you on the fire department? I know one time you said you do a lot of training videos and stuff for them. You have to shoot them in the house. You have to drag them outside, or you get busted. They don't have a stand your ground law. Where your home is your castle. Uh, we have pretty much a stand your ground clause. You don't have to retreat from your home to protect yourself. Okay. Okay. I know you do a lot of on scene stuff, so I've watched a few of them videos. No, stand your ground. Yeah. There's there's some states that are just absolutely insane about firearms. It's like I believe it was Jersey. Didn't they try to nail uh, the military guy because I think he had an AR or something? He was traveling through the freaking town, and they charged him with the felony. Competing in Georgia this weekend. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So where are you going to be in Georgia? I haven't really looked at much of the weather. I know it's here, when we're a long way from Georgia, but here it's supposed to be nice up till Saturday, and then I think it's supposed to drop again to like 50 degrees. I just wish it would stay one reasonably consistent temperature for a change. Hey Jay, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it. Adele, Georgia. I'll have to look that up. So, yeah, I've got to wait. Let's see. Well, right at about a year and a half, and then I hope to do a lot of travel actually. And the wife went down to part-time work right now. She's going to work for the next year and a half until I'm able to get insurance, and we bought that camper that will either travel or become snowbirds or something, and don't know what we're going to do with the cars. Some of them will probably go up for sale, and problem is you get attached to some of them. I'm kind of proud of that Pontiac I got behind me. But some of y'all hadn't seen it. That's what I'm taking a poverty tour. It's nothing special, and it's a 4-door. I drove it off the trailer, but now she's being temperamental and she doesn't like want to start. But it's pretty solid except for the driver's side floorboard. But once I get it in here, get the carpeting ripped out, I'm going to see how much floorboard I'm going to have to buy. I kind of don't really want to patch it. Depending on the time crunch, I may end up patching it for poverty tour, but I've got a couple boxes of parts I plan on putting on it. The 2-barrel is absolutely junk on it. I mean, it is junk. Runs pretty good. It's got a little bit of a brake issue going on. But, what's a car? 50-year-old car, 52-year-old car. This is a 74. Yeah, it's pretty straight. I mean, it's got some surface rust. I'm gonna do like Chris did. I'm gonna get the Comet and a Scotch-Brite. A lot of that surface rust will come right off. So I named her Mellow Yellow for right now. Hopefully I get it running good and invest a little money in the motor. I may call her Not So Mellow Yellow. For a blower, well, I'm kind of waiting for I kind of want to do something big with the Pinto wagon. Let's hear your. I know what Ryan wants me to do, but we're working on the Pontiac first. Then I'm going to the excavator. I've got to put them tracks on it. That's project 1. That's project 2 because I got mounds of dirt. I need to get the dump truck fired up and going again, which shouldn't take much. These are all my little project cars, and I'm sure some of you guys have got that little Pinto there. I'm really kind of looking forward to that thing. Still got the little 2.3 in it. There ain't one good tire on that damn thing. The old truck, the old F100, I bought for the engine for the Mustang. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with that. And then I got a Bronco. I'm thinking about the body. There ain't much of a body left on the Bronco. I'm thinking about putting a chassis on some other body. I don't know what'll fit on it, but I want it to be a different type of body. I don't want it to be, I don't want to throw a Camaro body or nothing like that. I want it to be like a Studebaker or something bizarre. So it's kind of my thoughts. So, well, that's what I've been kicking around. You dizzy? The blower on the Pinto, yeah, or turbocharging it. Probably more of a turbocharge. I don't think I could afford a blower. Now, if I got a sponsor, if anybody out there wants to do a sponsorship, we can talk, but put a blower on both, huh? Yeah, Pinto with a blower would be epic. Yeah. Hell, I've thought about just getting it running, fixing up, put some new tires on it, clean it, and advertise it in California. They say them things go like wildfire. Them cruising Pintos, and I think they had a cruising van too. It's same color scheme. So that thing was pulled out of the woods. Has not been on the road since 1994. So last time, well, that's the last time they had tags when they expired, 94. So I gotta quit going out and buying scrap. I got enough projects probably to keep me busy for 3 years. I still got that old riding lawnmower I like to make into a racing mower. And I got a Terramite. I need to replace some hoses on it, clean it up, and probably put it up for sale. I bought it to dig around here, but all the limestone, it just does not do. It's too light of duty. It would grate in a place where the ground's soft. So the Pinto would look cool, a blower or a tunnel ram sticking out of the hood. Well, I'd want to buy a secondary hood, I think, if I did that, because they're hell, you can't even find a grill for the thing. I know Lotus found a grill for me. It was on eBay because that grill only goes in a 77 and 78. And so he found one on eBay. I looked at it. It'd been busted in half and they've glued it together, and they did a piss poor job of gluing it together. So plus they wanted $100 for it in that shape. He probably does. He probably does have some laying around. Ha. Carlo, you're a hoot, buddy. What's up, Hot Wheels? How are you doing? Talking about all the junk I got here and what everybody wants me to do with it. I don't mind doing what they want. I just don't have the money to do that kind of stuff. Or let's rephrase it. I don't have the money. I don't want to spend the money it takes to do that stuff. If I thought I could get the money back out of it, yeah, that'd be all right. I don't know why this stuff is not scrolling for me. My maid is not as good as she once was. Yeah. That's true. Well, good. Uh, little back issue, which happens about 4 times a year, but I'll get through it. We all, as we get old, we all have our issues to deal with. Growing old is not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Remember when you was 25 and 30 and you was 10 feet tall and bulletproof and you were invincible? How things change once you hit about 40. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I don't know what kind of shape if I would have been in if I wouldn't have taken early retirement. Um, I was able to, with the job I had, I was able to retire at 55. So, yeah. And I'd already had one heart attack before I retired. So, um, the high stress job, and I thought, it's time to get out. So I got out. So, well, you're lucky, Dizzy. You are lucky. I wish I still felt like a kid. Well, I've been told I do too, but I damn sure don't feel like one anymore. But you can't just sit. You got to keep moving. Sitting's the worst part about it. You have arrived at your destination. Sit and wait. Sounds like the military. Hurry up and wait, right? That or the hospital. I never did quite understand that. Why they want you there 3 hours ahead of time and then you wait 3+ hours before you ever go back. So, no, I probably don't, Rich. I I understand, and I don't have any answers for you. So, but really, really, well, they're not that cheap around here. I think I seen one the other day. I thought, well, it'd be kind of nice for a parts car. But again, a lot of the parts, headlights, grill, all that stuff changed. I don't know about the body itself. I'm kind of thinking the body's pretty close to the same. But $500 would be a steal. I gave more than that for that one. And some other guy found it for me. Actually, I told him, I said, man, I want to find a Pinto wagon. And so he called me up one day. It was freaking colder than hell. He said, we're going over to this guy's house. You're going to look at the car. And when I found out it was, I remember them cars growing up. And I'm thinking, oh, hell. And he was firm on his price. I didn't want to pay it, but for what it was, yeah, I kind of jumped on the deal. Well, that's something else I thought about doing too, by putting a 302 in it. I kind of, the little 2.3 liter motors were pretty damn good motors, and they were around forever. Now, granted, if you can find parts for them too much anymore, I don't know. But I think I had one in a Mercury Capri. I think I had one in a Ford Ranger too. It's kind of like the old straight sixes. You couldn't hardly kill them. Somebody locally had a Vega for sale. That's supposedly ran and drive. I know that's like unheard of. It must have had a different motor in it. But he wanted over $2,000 for it. I mean, I guess there's the area I live, everybody restores cars, so supply and demand, two-door cars are crazy high. I looked at an old Chevy just about 5 miles up the road. I thought, well, that might not be bad for you get it for about $1,500. I stopped and looked at it, and it wanted 4 grand for it. I don't even know if it runs, but it was. I think it was an old Chevy 4-door sedan. Now he does have a nice 2-door. I believe it's a '66 Chevy. I would love to have it. It looks pretty straight. Ah, there's idiots everywhere, Carlo. Everywhere. Really? Oh, 6-cylinder around P Ridge, huh? I tell you what, AMC parts are hard to come by. I've seen a few of the AMC Eagles out there for sale here recently. I don't know much about them, but I know they weren't super popular. I know a lot of people used them to haul mail, but I don't know, Dizzy. It may have been. I haven't been down in well, I have been to Arkansas, where I got that truck, but down P Ridge and we used to go down in that area a lot in Fayetteville when we used to ride the bikes. They'd have a big thing. I think it's the first weekend in October called Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, and it was pretty much all over Northwest Arkansas. Big deal, but it was a good time. But I've gotten rid of all the bikes I had, and oh, there's people everywhere. That is Fayetteville, Bentonville, Rogers, and basically they're all one big city anymore, and their population is bigger than Springfield, Missouri now, in that general area. And Walmart owns 90% of the Bentonville for sure. You grew up in Rogers. I like Rogers. I don't like the Harley dealership there, but I like Rogers. Probably one of the worst Harley dealerships I ever dealt with, except the one from Lawton, Oklahoma. They were pretty bad. Moved to Missouri to get away from them. Well, I can't blame you there. I wouldn't have a problem living in Arkansas, I don't think. But again, I wouldn't want to live. It'd be nice to live close, but it's growing so much you'd probably get absorbed in the city eventually. But it is a pretty area though. Somebody always said you take Arkansas and start at the northwest corner or northeast corner and draw a line straight to the southwest corner. That's part of the state you want to live in. I know north central Arkansas is real pretty. They got a lot of lakes up there. Chaotic, yeah. The traffic's horrendous. It really is. And unfortunately, well, I went into Branson today, and it is officially tourist season. The non-driving people from 5 states over trying to navigate the curves around here at 20 miles an hour just drive me up the wall. Not to say that I don't have road rage, I probably do. So, fish. I never did fish in Beaver Lake. I plan on we're taking a trial camping trip with a new camper. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And I do plan on doing some fishing at Table Rock. So. All right, you Dizzy. Be careful. He has a super good sense of community about him. You can see it in his videos that he loves where he lives. He loves his community, and he's involved with the community. So, Horseshoe Bend, Prairie Creek, Table Rocks. Yeah, we're going down off of 86 on W Highway. That's where we're headed to. I couldn't believe it. 3 weeks ago, I put in for a spot. That whole campground has 109 campsites. There was only 4 available that could accommodate the size of my camper. Everything else was already reserved. So, ever since COVID and then the stay-at-home or remote workers has just killed it for camping. People will go and stay for months at a time, and so I guess when it gets time for us to do our traveling, we're gonna have to start looking about a year ahead to start making reservations. Well, you're a couple hours, aren't you, from Table Rock? We went up to last year. We went up to Warsaw, stayed up there. Trying to think, we did try to fish. The water was all. I think the water was way down from what I remember. We didn't do any good. So yes, well, we bought one that's big enough that if we had to, we could live in it. The 34 foot. It's pretty much all the Ram wants. Let's just put it that way. I mean, it pulls it fine, but well, it's as big as the motorhome is, and I'm pulling it with the truck. So, uh, well, that was kind of my thought if we ever decide to snowbird type thing, that we could take the camper and just leave it down south somewhere and not have to drag it around. So, Kingston, Arkansas is where I'd go. Well, now is Kingston? That's not too far from Mena, is it? I think I've looked into that a campground there one time. Um, yeah, we got a side by side. Uh, I took the insurance off the motorhome, which is not a big deal. I can put liability back on it. Close to Huntsville. Okay. Um, well, hello, Daryl. How are you? Um, but now, I pull the camper. If I want to do that, I have to. I guess the Jeep would pull a trailer. It'd probably pull the side by side, but my wife's never pulled a trailer, and I don't know how that would go, to be quite honest. Colleen's still in here. I didn't know you're still in here or not, Colleen. So I know I bounce around a lot on my times, but I seem like I get more people in the afternoon than I did during the evening myself. So, uh, and I'm not having to compete against my friends. So, anyway, I mean, it's not a competition, honestly. It's not, but you know, well, I did the no hookup thing before. Well, all I need is a generator, and I'm good to go. So, but I thought about selling the motorhome, and I probably will, but I need to. Uh, Selling it, I need to put a little more money into it because I need to put new floor covering in the whole thing. And in a motorhome, that's kind of even though it's a small area, uh, it's still going to be time consuming because you got to take, the couch is bolted down, the seats are bolted down, all of them, and I guess you can work around them, but I drank well water for probably the first 30 years of my life. And actually, we have public water where I'm at. It's well water. It comes out of well, goes in it right up in a water tower. So lots of lime in it. Well, a bunch of limestone. So yep. I usually do my drink my morning coffee with watching YouTube videos. As long as there's no sulfur, yeah. Sulfur's bad news. Yeah, I mean, think about it as you're a kid. How many times we had a neighbor that they still drew the water from the well, and when we were hot and playing, we just dumped the bucket down in the well, bring it up, and drink right out of the damn bucket, nice and cold. I don't think they do much of anything to the chemicals for our water. I think it's straight out of the ground. It may go through a little sand filtration system, and that's about it. Till they build, what's the AI stations do to the water? Everybody's going nuts over this damn AI. It just drives me up the wall. Hello, Ron. Cool. Well, this is what I plan on bringing. It's a Pontiac. That is what I plan on bringing this next year. I'm probably thinking about the 18 vans there, and I'm thinking about towing it with that, provided the tranny over the tranny holds out. But that's what I'm thinking about doing. That's a game plan in my head. Whether it pans out, I don't know. So, because plus, I can have foot power with the Pontiac because they got no floorboard in it. Yep, I was tickled when I found that because it wasn't too far from Pole Barn Garage's place, and I'm sure if he would have seen it, he probably would have bought it before I got to it. So, him or Buff, because it was between them. It was actually close to Roby. It was by you. It was Miami, Oklahoma, where I got it from. Seems like if I go out of state, I get better deals. The Mustang, well, I can't say it was a better deal, but I bought it over by Tulsa. Well, the Bronco came from Webb City. The Pinto was local. It was only about 10 minutes away from me. And then the pickup truck, it was in Arkansas. Yeah, it's about time, JB. You need a break. Looks like what has a tow hitch. The 18 vans got one of them little bitty tow hitches, and I'll have to put a new hitch on it if I pull with it. But I've got kind of gutted right now, and kind of got lost interest in it for a while because I got that Pontiac, and I'm kind of excited to to get that Pontiac up to par. I got a couple big boxes in there from Edelbrock that I got that discount that through the No Name Nationals. They said I saved over $200 by going using the discount, which I'm all about saving $1. Pontiac in the picture? No, I don't think it's got a hitch. Let's look. I don't remember if it did. I never really paid much attention to it. I did find out the other day that I don't have a key to go to the car door locks. All that big muscle 2-power. I'm hoping the air works too. Oh, it is a custom, okay. Nope, no hitch. Old bumpers are straight on it. Just kind of shocked. We're gonna have to do, I'm gonna start doing some taping on some stuff, but it's got a little bit of issues, but all in all, it's fairly straight for, 52-year-old car. And I don't even mind that it's a 4-door. That's Pontiac's version of the Nova. Well, I'll do a better walkthrough when I start on the video on it. So, more doors, more fun. There you go. More bang for your buck, right? Bang for your buck. Your day ought to be about over, isn't it, Lars? I guess Jesus must have left. I offended him, I don't know. I don't get too many trolls in on mine. That's fine, I'm okay with that, I don't care. I welcome anybody and everybody unless they start acting stupid. And then I usually don't have to deal with it because you guys do, so. Yeah, this car, that when I bought it, I could actually drive it. It ran and drove. Now, for some reason, she won't fire over. So I don't know if the mice got in there and chewed the wire or what. But I'm gonna wait to get it inside the garage here, and I'll see if we're getting any fire down to the points and stuff. So I don't think we're getting much fuel either. But the tank's about empty. I need to dump some more fuel in it. But I'll get all that figured out once I get in here. So somebody asked to supervise. Well, there you go. You can't leave JB alone without supervision. That's what I've been told. Well, Ron, I appreciate you coming in, bud. Your day isn't done yet. Okay. Well, I understand. But thanks for coming in. And yes, I've already paid my money. I will be, God willing, I will be at the No Name Nationals. Huh. Yeah, JB, you tell him he doesn't like the way you're doing it. Step on in there and get froggy, right? Lots of projects, just not enough time to get them all done. So I guess I'll get them done if I quit buying more. So I still got to do some work on the house. I've got to do a JB and replace the back door. and I've got to build a deck for it. So, wanted to build a covered deck, but it's like a lot of my projects, I may lose interest in the top of it before I get it done. So, a little too much ADD and OCD going on at times. It only took me 3 times to hold that because I couldn't get it straight for some reason. And my eyes would not let me walk away from it. I hate seeing something crooked on a wall. And probably stuff is crooked on the wall, but kind of want to make it where I can actually stay in the shop and edit my videos in here. I'm not sure how good I'm going to signal I'm going to get on the Wi-Fi from here, though. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm too tight to pay anybody to do anything. I'm sure with my bad back and bum ticker, if I had to put a new roof on my house, I'd probably do it myself. May spend days in the hospital over it, but it's what I did with my building. That 30 by 40 where I keep the campers at. I built that myself, and it's got 14 foot sidewalls. I hung the rafters by myself, and even though I wouldn't put a square to it, because it's probably not real square, but it's square-ish. It's still rectangular looking. But yeah, I rented one of them all-terrain man lifts, the scissor lifts that go up, straight up. I took one of them yellow nylon straps, wrapped it around the rafter and around the handrail of the thing. I lifted the rafter straight up, fighting it through the purlins, and took me a while. Once I got up there and I went home, I started having some issues, and next thing you know, an hour later, I'm in a cath lab. So, so needless to say, I've got a little money invested in that building. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll debate a little bit, but I'm not going to argue with anybody. It ain't worth my time. So, yeah, I noticed there've been a couple of them that get in there, and most people, I mean, the trolls do it intentionally. They do it to get under your skin, and it's like Never Done Project said, they let it ride a little bit on some of theirs. And sometimes the trolls do end up becoming subscribers, which is fine, but there becomes a point. If you're offensive to my group, my people that's in the chat, I won't tolerate that. You know, that'll get you timed out real quick or blocked completely. So. You put the roof on yourself? Yeah. I tell you what, it's hard to get good help anymore. I mean, what was it the other day? I remember something tore up. And I said, right there's why you don't trust somebody else to do a job for you. Because, if you're doing it yourself, you're going to go the extra mile and make sure it's done right. They're all about turnover. Get them in, get them out. Get them in, get them out. And cut corners, whatever. So, like when I get into that Pontiac, I'm not going to nickel and dime stuff. I'm going to go ahead and change it. Especially, I don't know how many miles the poverty tour is going to be, but you're going to be driving through some desert. So, I know we're I can't. I don't know the route. I know somebody has told me it, but I don't remember. I know it leaves from Joplin, Missouri, and it goes down into New Mexico, comes back up through Utah, I believe, and it ends in Denver, Colorado. And it's a 5 or 6 day trip. So, yeah, but that old saying holds true, JB. If you want something done right, do it yourself. I mean, I never roofed for a living. I put on a few roofs. Not that I enjoy doing it, but neighbor down the road just said that I guess he's got a 2 story house and they wanted like, they quoted him 70 grand for the material and labor, and most of it was labor. And I'm like, for a roof? That's ridiculous. Oh, I'm sure they do it on purpose. There's no doubt in my mind. Some people have no life and they're miserable. Therefore, they got to come in and try to make everybody else miserable. Yeah. I never understood people like that, but I don't hang around with people like that either. Some people they feed on the drama. I don't do drama. You used to have a roofing crew. Really? Cool. They're not really trolls, just buttholes. I've been to some of your streams. There's one guy that does seem like he likes to come in and argue. Thinking, why? I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate it if he had done a live stream and people come in and argued with him. So, for the most part, all of my live streams, I really haven't had any problem whatsoever. And I appreciate everybody that comes in. I really do. I think I have a good group that comes in. King of the trolls. I don't know who he is. Was this Brian guy? Was he in the running for the No Name Nationals, or just some other dude into cars? Yeah. Yep. And more power to you. I mean, a comment or two I can let slide. Don't be. Yeah. I actually um, somebody made a comment on some of my first videos, because a lot of my I hashtag no name nationals on a lot of this stuff, and some guy made a comment and said, "Oh, you're one of those," and I'm thinking, and you mean what by that? The no show nationals? Well, and he was probably one of the no shows, right? But people's gonna hate, and usually the people that hate stuff are ones that couldn't cut it or couldn't make it happen. So then they're sour on the whole damn thing. If I miss it, it'll be because it was something out of my control. Uh, but I'm the type of person, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do my damnedest to make it happen. So something my dad brought me up to do. Said that, you're only as good as your word. If you can't keep your word, then who's going to trust you? He was a pretty wise old dude, even though when I was young I didn't think so. But when we were young, a lot of us were like that, I'm sure. So the troll section was just for him. I don't think anybody sit in that area, did they? I know I'm looking forward to doing a little different footage this next year. Now that I kind of know what it's like. I just gonna have to do a little study on how to do some of that fancy stuff like Lars does, because he's just too fancy for us old poor country bumpkins. I was struggling to do the side-by-side screenshot. Seems like my program, when one video will let me do it, and then they'll change it up the next month, and I can't do it because they want you to upgrade. If you upgraded on every little thing, you'd be paying hundreds of dollars a month for the programs. It'll never be a business to me, and I'm not going to get the cash return back out of it. Excuse me. I'm just kind of hard-headed, and I want to hit the 1,000 mark, which I'm getting fairly close. Last I looked, I had 61 left to go. And maintain my 1,000. My watch hours are way down. I think it's kind of become principle. I want to get one check from YouTube so I can feel vindicated for all the work. I don't care if I think it's a minimum of $100, but I wouldn't care if it was 2 cents. I probably wouldn't cash it. Well, you're not going to get a hard check anyway, but it would be kind of nice to have it, put it on the wall. I don't know if any of you guys are in that YouTuber garage chat or page on Facebook. I think the moderator had made a comment what we thought about the AI and how it was going to affect YouTube. I don't think a lot of them liked my comment, but we all have our own opinion. Of course, the people that like it are the ones using it. But my personal opinion, if you rely on that to make your videos, you are not truly a content creator because the computer's doing the creating. You're just typing in what you want it to do. Well, anybody can do that. And we were talking on Renegade's channel that last night about how long it takes to edit stuff. And I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible. I may spend 2 days editing a video if it's got any link to it. I may take 5-6 hours of footage and use 28 minutes of it. That's a lot of editing. Yeah, I think I've got mine pretty much burnt out on hearing about it. So she just kind of, yeah, whatever, whatever. Yeah, I know. All right, JB. Oh, I feel for you on that job. Over 200 videos and not once have edited. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the gift of gab, really. I'm not smooth. So I stammer and stutter a lot. Going to Florida with never done projects. No, I would like to. I waited too long. Well, I know they had mentioned it, um, but I plan on it. I plan on going next year, Gator. Richard, how are you doing, my friend? Has the weather started turning better? Fly down and I'll get you to the airport, okay? Well, that's very tempting. I kind of looked at my wife when you said something about coming and helping you get the van going. I kind of looked at her. She didn't bite on it. I don't think she probably would care too much, but I guarantee, Gator, if you were closer, within a few hours of drive time, I'd be there and I'd be more than happy to help. Skip the race, go airboating. There you go. You know I swim like a rock. So snow is gone. Good to hear. Man, you had more snow than anybody, I think. We've talked about actually doing doing that snowbird thing over the last couple of years, and I told her it'll be either Florida, Texas, or Arizona. I don't know. You don't know me, Gator. I don't have the best luck. Yeah, my likes are actually up today. That's it's unusual. Yep. So how are you coming on the motor? Did you get the other one out yet? Oh, you guys weren't in here a while ago. I think Roby was. I don't know if Richard, you know what this is or not. Did you ever have one of those, Richard? I know Gator probably knows what it is. So. Okay. Yep. Don't interact while you're driving. I've done that myself and I ended up in the ditch. But got to go do the mounts and transmission. Well, cheats in that game. Well, Ryan told me that this thing here is a cheat thing. I don't know if any of it works. I hooked it up to the TV, but it's a digital TV, and I've got actually seven tapes. South Park, Tetris, Cruising USA, Bust a Move. I don't know what that is. Star Fox and baseball. One of those things I found it going through a random box of junk. I knew I still had it somewhere, and I found an Xbox remote. I just need to find the rest of it. Yeah, I was actually going to do that 007 game if I could get the TV to work. So I don't know if there's an adapter or something to change it over to where it will work off a digital TV or not. But I know I've got an Xbox around here somewhere. And I have a Wii somewhere. Probably up in many of hordes of boxes that's got crap in that I haven't seen for 20 years that I need to go through and can. So, I think we all have a little bit of hoarder in us all. So, some stuff is kind of sentimental and it's hard to get rid of. I mean, it's like this. It's like that phone. My dad retired from the phone company. This is a very rare phone. It's a rotary dial, as you can tell. It's all chrome. They made very few all chrome payphones. And it's an actual, what the thing? One that was in service at one time. Made in America too. But yeah, I've got a couple phones that he made, the old crank phones. He actually converted one that would work on the modern grid now. And which is kind of cool. And I've got one on my wall, smaller version of it. And I've got another one I found in a box that I've got to put the little mega horn thing back on it. And my daughter's old enough now that I think she'll take care of it, and I'm gonna give it to her because her grandfather built them phones. So. Yeah. The old Captain Crunch whistle. Really? I never heard that. Trying to think what. There you go. 615. I'm not sure what 615 area code is, but he ended up with 3 payphones, a black one that my brother kept, and then I don't know what happened to his. His was beige with a little bit of chrome on it. But I had dibs on that from when I was a little kid, so I'm going to say that dates back to the mid-60s probably. I'm sure there's a market for it, and I might have keys to it actually still. But I'd have to really dig. Because to mount it on the wall, you got to have a key to open it up to get to the holes. So. Yeah. Oh, I remember. When the things the kids nowadays have missed out on, dropping them coins in. It's like a freaking slot machine. Ding, ding, ding. Please deposit $4.50. Well, you know how long it took to do that in quarters? Quite a bit. But back then, we didn't have parents that were helicopters either. So they didn't have to know where we were at every second of the day. We knew what time we were supposed to be home. And you know what happened if you didn't make it home in time. So if you blew the whistle in their ears, they could just go ahead and connect you just to get you to stop? I got quite a bit of phone memorabilia stuff that I don't, I want to keep it because it was my dad's. Probably my kid probably won't be interested in it at all. So I'm sure some collector will end up with it, or somebody will probably throw it in the trash. But uh, it's a shame. I know he donated a lot of stuff to a local museum. He had some pretty cool stuff. He used to have an old army switchboard and an old field phone. I always thought that was real cool till my brother said, "Hang on to these two wires," and then he cranked that thing and liked them. Knocked me out. Things will zap the crap out of you. That's why people use them for fishing. You know, I know it's illegal, but people still do it. It sounded activated at time. Blew the whistle on the phone, and you could call long distance as if it was already paid. Wow, I did not know that. I wish I would have back in the day, but I think the only time I ever really needed to make a phone call like that was, I guess I was 17. I was going to be late, so I went to a payphone, and it was actually a phone that was covered by my dad's office, and it wouldn't work. And boy, did I get a chewing like you. And I said, you know what? It was your phone in your area that didn't work. And I said, I tried to call. So the next Monday, when he found out the phone was out of service, then I wasn't in trouble anymore. So yeah, I'm sure there's something on it. I'll have to look that up. Like I said, this is the first I've ever heard that would ever doing that. So I can't honestly say when the last time I saw a payphone. I know my dad took and had an old phone booth he put down in the basement. I remember helping him do that. Oh my God, them things were so heavy. Finally had to break it down piece by piece because it got lodged in the stairway. Wouldn't go up or wouldn't go down. And I was probably a teenager, so I probably wasn't that much help. Let's see what time it is, guys. Yep, it's about 5 o'clock, so yeah, there probably is somewhere in a remote area where there's no cell service, but I'm sure they're not utilized that much. But I think I'm going to call this done for the day, guys. I appreciate you all coming and hanging out with me. I may, when the weather gets a little nicer, I may try to do some, maybe some Saturday morning coffees or something. I don't know. Just kind of kicking it around. But thanks for hanging out, and hopefully I'll see you all next week. Have a good night.